Hello, everybody. This is my first time doing this, but I just want to talk. If you can't listen, please. So I gotta talk about the military. It was an amazing thing that happened to me. 9/11 happened, and I felt like a purpose again, and I joined. And I was very proud of myself, and I loved it. And I met Grant's mom, and that was cool. You know, we were in love, and it's been a long time since I felt that way. And me and her went through a lot. The military kind of put us in a weird spot because we were around each other all the time, but I was deployed a lot. And then we went to Japan. She became an air traffic controller, and I became a flight engineer, and we started living two different lives. And you know, everything happens for a reason, though. And so Grant's sitting right here, and he's going through some stuff, and I wanted him to sit and listen, because it sucks what he's going through, and I wish I could push a button and make it all go away. But some of the best advice I got was I can't fight all his battles for him, and I want to, because it's fucking to me. Our country's so mad at each other, and I hate it. I absolutely fucking hate it. I spent 20 years of my life like fighting for our country. And for one, like, we just pull out of Afghanistan and we leave an arsenal of shit. And I mean, I've lost 8 buddies now to suicide. I almost died 5 times. Then this fucking tumor. And I mean, I went through a divorce. I became a full-blown alcoholic. And it was my way of coping with things. And I had a lot of problems, and I'm telling you, my son, like, I hate it, I really hate it, but, I mean, he got me through so much. I love him so much for it, and I sacrifice a lot for him, and I know he knows that, and, so the whole reason I want to do this is because, I'm having some problems, and I'm happy-go-lucky Danny Brewer, and it snuck up on me, and I was lying to people, and it was embarrassing, and to have my son like see me going through it, it was tough, and I've been going to counseling for 2 months now, and I've been working through things, but I hated it that my son had to see me struggling, and I hated it, and but I'm very lucky that he was there, because he had my back, like, and I tell him this all the time, that he helped me get through so many things, and he doesn't even know it. And that unconditional love is fucking, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. And I've had my bouts with addiction, and but that's one powerful. It's powerful. Unconditional love is amazing, and seeing Grant become the man that he's becoming. When I got my tumor taken out, or as I was leading up to it, so what was going on is, I mean, I had all these scars on my face, and I was lying to everybody. But what was happening was I was sleepwalking, and I was sleepwalking all over the house, and I kept falling and busting my face on things. And I mean, there was times I woke up to being knocked out. Like the one where I told everybody I was showing Grant gun safety, and then I scoped myself. And it was actually, I was in my bathroom, I think, and I was sleepwalking and I fell, or I went down. I nailed the corner of I literally nailed my eye right on the corner in the bathroom. And I mean, to wake up to being knocked out, it was getting scary. And then Grant started catching me. And so what I was telling him is, I'm going through things, and I'm on these different meds, and and then I had alcohol with it or something like that. But I had no idea what the fuck was going on with me. And so I was trying to make every excuse that I could, and it just, something wasn't right. And then I hated it because I know how bad I snored, and it was really embarrassing. And it actually, I felt like it kept me from, having women over, just because, I knew how bad I snored, and it's fucking embarrassing. But again, my son, he made me listen. When we were at Universal Studios, he made me listen to me when I was sleeping, and I mean I would go minutes, like a minute, and then just start gasping for air. And that's what made me go get the deviated septum surgery. And that's where I was like, okay, I feel better. Yeah, that was it. Because it's not connected. I mean, but if you open up your nasal passageway, then when you open up your nasal passageway, I should have lowered my pressures on my CPAP, but it didn't help at all. And so I went to go get the Inspire, and Inspire is an implant. I don't know if you guys know about it, but it was that bad. And I love my friends and family so much. Like Durham and Dave and Fletch, they would tell me, they're like, Dan, when we would go on our man vacations, they were like, Dan, you need to sleep in the basement, and we're all sleeping on the fourth floor, because it was that bad. But it was embarrassing. And the other one was Marley. When Marley was like, Dan, I would go over to Durham's house and stay. And Marley was like, Dan. But I didn't want to hear it. I knew I snorted, and it was bad. But so I was going through all this stuff, and I'm happy-go-lucky Danny Brewer. Like, I'm always joking around. Life's amazing, and I have an amazing support system. I have my son. I have my family. I have friends. And what scares me is that if I'm going through this, then I'm happy-go-lucky Danny Brewer. And if I'm going through this and I have an amazing support system, what about my brothers and sisters that don't have that? And that's what worries me. And that's where I want to reach out to them, and I want to talk to them. And because what makes me feel better is when I know I'm not struggling by myself. I have a lot of hate for what we did. And I don't care what president said, how we fucking pulled out. It doesn't matter. I spent 20 years of my life fighting a war. And then we just pull out, I've had 8 buddies commit suicide because of it. And I have buddies that I lost over there. I almost died 5 times. And then this tumor, it was killing me. And I'm mad. I'm figuring things out, but I hate it. I spent 20 years of my life, and I feel like I was used. I really do. I feel like I was used. I killed 29 people. And that's just the hellfires I put on people. That's not the GBUs. That isn't the GBUs that are dropping on just groups of people. And I was told they were all bad. And there was always the next target, the next guy. Somewhere we were always looking for. And I mean, I know I know what I was doing. I'm proud of what I did, but what makes me mad is this country. I spent 20 years fighting for this country, and we're so divided. It's like we're all just mad at each other, and we don't need to be. I don't understand that. And here lately, and I don't want to go conspiracy theory stuff or sound like I'm crazy, but the news is not the news anymore. I mean, you get one story, you have one story, and all these the news, they'll flip it 4 different ways, and it bothers me. And then I have friends and family, especially my family, that I see that's just getting lost into it. And this woman means a lot to me. And she made me the man that I am today, and I hate it that I feel like she's just so lost in it. And I hate that. And the thing for me, though, is I went to, I think, like 30 plus countries, and I RV'd around the United States. And everywhere I went, people were genuinely, I felt like they were nice. Everybody was nice. There's not always hate that you keep, that's all over the news. And I don't feel like it's that way, but I feel like they're keeping us mad at each other. And maybe this is just me, but I'm just seeing so many happy people. And what's been going on here lately is it's dividing all of us, and it's like we got to pick a side. We can't have a conversation about it, and without picking sides, and that's it. And Mom, I love you very much, but this is how I feel with my mom. It's divided us so much. I just wish that, I don't know. Then I just hate the division that it's causing, and this wasn't the country I fought for, and yeah, I don't know, and I just wanted to talk to you. I just wanted to do this because there's been things that are bothering me, and I went to go be the VSO, the Veteran Service Officer, and I know that if I can't save everybody, it'll bother me a lot. And so I didn't do that. And right now I'm pretty upset I don't know, I'm pretty upset with the 20 years that I did. And my buddy Dave, he understands. He had a great quote where he said, he goes, Dan, I understand. I kind of see it why there's soldiers that they go up on a bridge and they throw their medals off. I kind of see that. But I don't all at the same time. I'm very proud of what I did. I felt like I was protecting our country. And, but now it's like, so what's going on with me now is, this tumor came out. And we're taught to, for one, be fucking full-blown alcoholics in the military to deal with shit. And you compartmentalize a lot of things. And that's what I did. I was compartmentalizing a lot of things. But so this tumor comes out, and now like all this other stuff is coming out. And it was a scary place to be in. And I didn't know what I was doing. But I was doing what we were all trained to do. We were there doing a job, and they were threatening our country, and there's always and that's the other one. There was always another, and there was always a top target, always, and I helped take some of those guys out, and I'm okay with that. But I just feel like I was used in a way. Because we spent all that time. I spent 20 years of my life fighting this war And then we just pick up and move, and it's like, hey, let's go to Ukraine now. And, why? The money that we're spending over there is, like, it could fix our country. And I see, like, I don't understand why we don't do that. And, like, right now, another thing that's bothering me is my son is struggling right now. And I wish I could fix it, but I've learned that I can't fight a rebuttal for him. And it's tough. It's tough. Just because Grant's helped me out so much. But he's going through some things right now. And I don't want to give it too much of his business, but I'll say he's a really good-looking young man. But yeah, so the biggest thing I wanted to do with this whole thing is just let, like if you see military members and they're starting to do some weird shit, talk to them about it. Like confront them. Really confront them, because we'll compartmentalize a lot of things and we'll hide a lot of things, and but then it'll all come out at some point, and it's not. It puts you in a really, really weird place when it all comes out, and that's where I'm at right now. And I'm going through some things, and I'm trying to work, and I'm working it all out. And I just want everybody to know that one of the things that bothers me so much is that I think it's about eight buddies now that have committed suicide, and the hurt that makes me have. I would never do that. To, have that be my last, my son's last memory of me, or my friends and my family, being like the last memory of me. That would never happen. So I want everybody to know that. I'm not going to get back to, the old me, but I'm going to get to a newer, better version of me. And I'm working on it. I've been going to counseling for 2 months now, when I realized that something was wrong. Something was up. And yeah, like the tumor came out, and then all this stuff that I was burying, and it all started coming out with it. And so I just, yeah, well, if you can, any military members, like, it doesn't matter what age they are or what war they fought in. Fucking can talk to them. My neighbor Dick is like my best friend. He was in Nam, and I got to help him out. We'll leave it at that, but it felt great. It felt amazing, helping another veteran out. When I saw what was going on, and it was great to help them. And so that's what I want to try to keep doing. And I love it. But the biggest message I'm trying to get across is, if you got military members that you know and you love, start talking to them. Talk to them, because we all went through a lot, and it helps when people just question you. Just ask how you're doing, and it's a very powerful thing. But again, like I said, I have an amazing support system. I have family and friends that love me, and I have a son that I can't wait to meet my grandson one day. And that scared the shit out of me. When I went to that surgery, I thought about that. And I thought that I might not be able to meet my grandson. That scared the shit out of me. And, but I'm getting through everything. It's just, that scared me. Cause not seeing my son grow up. Yeah. But, all that, the best part too is that, he's helped me through so much. And so has my family. My mom and my dad, they're the best. That's good. Dad's funny because he just sits there and, when I'm struggling or I'm yelling or I hear lately I've been having a lot of questions, and Dad does this thing where he's feeling it, and Dad's like, well, it sure is nice day out here, huh? And man, look at the weather, man, the sun's out, and look how tall those crops are, and then it's pretty funny. He has his way of helping me. And yeah. So anyway, the biggest thing I wanted to do with this is just if you have military friends and family, talk to them, because they might be going through some things and they might not know it, and just talking to them helps. And so that's what's been helping me a lot is when I got the tumor out, and people started reaching out to me and saying, "Hey Dan, how you doing?" And then that's when I was in this weird place. But then I found out I'm not the only one that's going through it, and that had helped me a lot, knowing that I had my brothers and sisters that are going through this as well. It's a tough one. But then when you talk to your guys and girls and ladies and men, whatever you guys want to say, I hope I don't offend anybody. It helps talking to them, and because they went through the things that you went through, and when we're all talking about it now, and that's helping me a lot. I've had people reach out to me that I haven't talked to in a long time, and now it's like the connection's there again. And it's awesome. But it's at the same time, it's like that the military, like the guys and the men and women, there we go, that I went through this with, they get it, they understand it, and it's easier to talk to them about it. But the best part too is there's all the civilians, they love hearing these stories from me, and that's been helping too. Is I haven't talked about these stories in a long time, and just especially the 130 world. Oh my God, I miss that. I miss the 130 world for so much. I mean, shit, that plane means the world to me, and it's not. It's just because it was. That plane got me to hell and back, and it also got me to some of the coolest places I've ever been in back. And it gave me some relationships with people, with men and women that are like it's stronger than family. It's amazing. And they're being the flight engineer, sitting up on the with the flight deck with all the rest of the officers. There's regs out there that are. We're not supposed to have friends. We're not supposed to make friends with officers because we're lowly enlisted guys. And some of my best friends now they were officers. And you build that camaraderie when you're out flying around with these guys, these men and women. Sorry, and it's amazing, and you miss it. You really do. Like after getting out. You do miss that, but then since I've been out, I've made great connections with people, and Kevin Conley's. It was funny. He was my. I came in as a maintenance supervisor, and Kevin Conley is like the smartest man in the world. And I remember when I got there. They didn't tell me about Kevin until I got hired, and I show up as day one, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, good luck with your lead, because he's a tough one." And I remember meeting him, and we're not the same age. I'll just say that. He's older and wiser. But I remember him walking me around the plant and saying, "Hey, here's my new foreman." He was like, "Hey, this is my new foreman." But he was looking at me like, who left their kid here at the factory? And it was, it took about 2 weeks, and me and him were best friends. And I hated, he's going through some things with his father right now. And I hate that for him. Uh, yeah. And I can't fix everything. That's what I hate. I hate it that I can't fix everything for everybody. And, but anyway, now I'm rambling. But since I got out, that's been the cool part, is I made great friends. I can't believe I worked, I was driving by the one place that I wanted to get away from the most when I was growing up. That was a farm. I wanted nothing to do with the farm at all. And I wanted to get as far away from it as possible, and I succeeded by going to Japan. But now it's funny because I live 30 minutes from the farm I grew up on, and I got to drive by it every day for about a year and a half working in Rochester, and I can't believe I can't believe that. And now, one of the places that I love being is in the woods on the farm. It's crazy, but yeah. I know my family worked very hard to get where they're at, and I know they sacrificed a lot for me to get to where I'm here, or why I'm still here. They had to deal with a shitbag, and my brother told me that when I started this counseling, he said that he goes, Dan, there's gonna be some things that you didn't know were bothering you, and he was right. But one of the big things I found out that's still bothering me is that my grandmother, my grandma Brewer, she was in the hospital, and I was so deep into drugs that I was rather go out and do my thing than go see my grandmother. And then she died, and I never got to say goodbye to her. And that woman meant the world to me. She helped make me the man that I am. And now I see it in Grant too. And that was one of the things that bothered me, is that I didn't get to say goodbye to my grandmother. But I know she's out. She's looking out for me a lot, because I don't understand why I get as lucky as I am. There's been so many times I don't understand it, and now after this tumor thing, I've never been religious, and I've been to many countries to where everybody believes in something, and it's something different, and so I can't wrap my head around one religion, and but I do believe that there's something, and there's somebody looking out for me, and I got my grandmother, Grandma Brewer, Grandma Johnson, Grandpa Johnson, Cousin Colin, and I know I got family that's looking out for me, and I do. That was something that I didn't know that was there, and that's the other big part, is my family means so much to me, and we're so divided right now. And we can't even sit together and have a conversation without a list of things we can't talk about. And that bothers me. I hate it. I really hate it. And I want to be able to talk to my family about whatever, anything. And the list keeps getting longer and longer of things we can't talk about. And I hate that. I really do. I hate it. But we'll figure it out. But anyway, so the biggest reason why I wanted to do this is because not the tune my own horn, but I know that I'm always joking around. I'm happy in life. I've had many people tell me that. And if I'm going through this, and I have an amazing support system and family that loves me, and they're asking me the questions, Dan, are you thinking about suicide and all that stuff? I know that they care for me, and I'm lucky that I have that. But I know there's some brothers and sisters out there that don't have that, and that's what scares me. And I'm worried about them, and that's what this whole thing is for. So the biggest thing for me right now is if you got friends and family that were in the military, and they just ask them, talk to them. They may not, they may be acting like the toughest motherfucker in the world, but I promise you, there's probably something going on. You know, it doesn't matter what job you're in, but there's we sacrificed a lot. We're away from our families a lot. Most of us went through divorces, and then it divided our families. And I'm lucky that I have my son. Most guys, I always hate it. Not that I love the phone calls, but if I haven't heard from a guy in a long time, when I have my phone number, it's still the same thing. If I haven't heard from them in a while, and then they call me, and I kind of know where it's already going. They're trying to, they want to know how to get full custody of their kids. And I'm not going to go into why I got full custody. There's things my son doesn't even know yet. And, but yeah, I'm lucky that I got my son. But I just worked out for me, and that's we'll leave it at that. But anyway, biggest thing I really just biggest thing is if you got friends and family, ask them, talk to them, and grill them. And if you start seeing like these fresh fucking marks on their face, don't let them, like, you know, maybe they are, maybe it is. Maybe they are just having some really bad luck. But I wasn't. I was going through some shit and I was hiding it. I'm lucky that my son was there for me. So, but if you got, again, talk to him. You know? That's all. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You just keep talking to him. Anyway, if you ever listened, thanks. I think I'm gonna try to do this more, and we'll see. But again, don't worry about me. I've got an amazing support system, and I know I would never let that be the last memory of my friends and family having me. But it scares me that, again, it scares me for people that don't have the support system that I do. So anyway, thanks for listening, and yeah, bye. Let's see, how do I turn this off?